My intro is like hiccuping, so I never actually know when I'm on and when I'm not. It's just so weird. Hi, everybody. Hi. Welcome to Metaphysical Practices. Of course, I'm Jennifer. Um, and I've got, of course, Jasmine with me. Can you see her? But the cats have been in and out, and I think Mouse has pretty much kicked Badger off of the desk part. I don't know. And my temporary filling has fallen out of my tooth, so it looks really weird to me. It's a good time, is what it is. So, how is everybody? Are you ready for this new moon in Capricorn that we have coming up on the 23rd? Is everybody ready for the holidays? It's good times. It's good times. Hey, Becky. Hey, Suzanne. Hey, Alethea. Just mixing up my what is it called? Truvia in my drink. Trying not to use any artificial sweeteners. We'll see how well that goes. Because y'all know I have a serious sweet tooth. So, new moon in Capricorn. We're going to have a lot of energy changing next week. We have the sun going into Capricorn on the same day as the winter solstice. We already have Venus, Mercury, and Pluto in Capricorn. And then we have this new moon in Capricorn that is really it's switching things up. So I was watching a video today from a lady that I watch, and I really, really like her. She's a young lady. She is, hang on, I wanted to make sure I had her correct name. She's on YouTube, and her name is Marin. Her name is, here it is, Marin, Maren Altman. Altman. So I really, really like Oprah, Lord, don't teach me anything new this. Hang on, your messages skipped. So her name is Marin Altman, MarenAltman. She's on YouTube. I think she's on TikTok and some other things, but I only watch her on YouTube. She's really, really fascinating. She's an astrologer. She's also she's very young. I think she's like 25. Y'all, I can't stand this anymore. My lips are dry and now you're seeing my secret that my lipstick is actually Burt's Bees. That's my secret. But oh my gosh, it's so great for my lips too. Love it. So, Marin Altman, she's on YouTube. She's an astrologer. She's like really, really in depth with astrology. She also she does a lot with Bitcoin, which is probably going to show my age because I don't know shit about Bitcoin. I don't really understand it completely, but so it's a little hard for me to get like, trying to understand all that shit. But I watched one of her videos and she was talking about, and I think it was an older one, about how currency or money, at least with Bitcoin, goes up during a new moon, and then you'll see it drop during a full moon. And she showed a chart. She was like, I'm not making this up. This is real. It like does go with the moon. And she goes, so a lot of people, like, they buy low at the full moon and they dump it when it gets to its height at a new moon. And she goes, it may not be the next new moon, but it's like a new moon thing. very interesting to me, like how that kind of goes, because we are supposed to manifest from the new moon to the full moon, right? We manifest as the moon is growing, and then we sort of dump it out at the full moon. Like that's what we're supposed to do, right? And then from the full moon to the new moon, we're releasing, we're getting lighter. We're like releasing, making room for new. So it does sort of make sense, like how like investment opportunities, or even like her with this Bitcoin, because I think she's starting a Bitcoin company, or she has a Bitcoin company. Like I don't understand. But astrology, she does all of her stuff by astrology, all of her investments, all of her Bitcoin, all she does it all with astrology. Is really fascinating to see this. I think she's like 24 or 25. I love her. And cuz I'll do a video and it may take me like a week to edit it. And then I see her videos come up and I'm like, I'm not wrong. I mean, you just love it when you see like confirmation that you weren't like spouting off bullshit about astrology or whatever. But this new moon that we have in Capricorn is really coming at a fantastic time, because we have all this energy in Capricorn. And Capricorns, if you have any kind of Capricorn in your chart, Capricorn is a workhorse. Hey Gretchen, hey Courtney, how are y'all doing? So Capricorn is a workhorse. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. One of my dads is a Capricorn, the other one is a Gemini. I'm a nice little blend of the two of them because I have Capricorn rising and a Gemini moon. So I'm kind of an interesting mix of both my dads. Very interesting. But Capricorn is going to, I don't want to say inspire us, but it's going to help us to buckle down. We've had a lot of influx astrologically lately, right? I mean, like this fall has been a very interesting momentum. So we've had these eclipses, and then we had Mars going retrograde right in the middle of the eclipses, and it was just like crazy, crazy energy. Then we had Mars conjunct the full moon. Again, crazy energy. There's just been a lot of just, uh, uh, you know. So now we get into this new moon in Capricorn, and it's going to be grounded. We're going to have a lot of grounded energy. We're going to feel really grounded, but we're going to be inspired, or we're going to feel that push to work. Not in a bad way. I'm not saying we're all of a sudden going to work like 80 hours a week or something, but maybe there's something that we've been just sort of putting to the side, going, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I have. I mean, I've been doing it. So I'm already feeling that. And I don't know if it's because I have Capricorn rising, but I'm already feeling that energy to like go. So oh, and you know what? I wanted to ask you guys too while we're in the chat. Um and I'll keep asking it, like throwing it out there. I'm going to do like a reading thing. Not exactly like the psychic fair that we did in April or May, but I'm going to do like a reading. And I was thinking about I want to do it before New Year's, but I didn't know if I was going to do it like next week or the week after. So I was kind of thinking about doing it the week before New Year's, and maybe even during metaphysical practices, like the 29th. Oh, good. The 29th, Mercury goes retrograde. Forgot to mention that. The planets are coming out of retrograde. Retrograde season is slowly coming out because we still have Uranus, Mars, and we'll have Mercury going retrograde. But after like January, we're gonna be free. We're going to be free. So I'm thinking instead of, because I think next week is going to be pretty tough to have in metaphysical practices because it's so close to Christmas. And I know like my kids have a bunch of stuff going on, and I figure everybody's got like parties and things. Um, but I wanted to do a like maybe I'll just do the reading during metaphysical practices on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday the 29th, the day that Mercury goes retrograde. That shouldn't mess up at all, should it? I know. Let's see what that's about. So during Capricorn new moon, get my glasses on. This is a good time to like work on projects. It's a good time to start home remodels. It's normally it would be a good time to refinance your house. Don't do it right now. They keep raising interest rates. It's a good time to delegate. It's a good time to start just saying, I'm going to work through these problems one step at a time. That's always a good thing. So, and it's a really, really good time to sit down and make a plan, to say, okay, I'm going to make this plan for the next year, for the next 3 years, for the next 5 years. And I've been reading this thing about, I think it was Bill Gates that said this. I'm not really sure. He said, you underestimate, and I may have said this to you guys before, you underestimate what you can do in 3 years, but you overestimate what you can do in 1 year. So it's better to make like a longer plan for yourself and just say, this is where I want to be in this period of time or in this time frame. So again, with all this energy, and we're so grounded during this time, this is a good time to just like embrace it and just say, okay, where are we at? What do we want to do in 2 years or 3 years? And I do like that, because a lot of people will say, I want to do this in a year, and they overestimate how much they can get accomplished in a year and then underestimate how much they can get accomplished in the long term. Just because it takes longer to do doesn't mean that it's wrong. It doesn't. I mean, like, what is that? One of my favorite desserts, like a souffle, that takes a long time to make. Mm-hmm. You have to be very delicate with it too. Okay, so buckling down. So we've had a lot of craziness, we've had a lot of crazy energy. Like, I can't even tell you how many people have called me about family members or themselves being in the hospital, like injuries, illnesses, surgeries. Like, it's I I feel like we're beating ourselves up. I really do. And I think this is a really good time to get like some grounding energy in. Oh, I almost forgot. I want to do also my end of the year giveaway, and I moved it. That's great. But I can show you mine. So I've got two things. Well, a few things I'm giving away. So the first thing I'm giving away is Llewellyn's 2023 astrological calendar. Yeah. There's a couple of little surprises in it that I'm also giving away with that. But more importantly, I am giving away a gift certificate to the lovely Carrie Rodriguez store, La Hermosa Bruja. Carrie generously is donating a $25 gift certificate to this giveaway. So we've got I know, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I want you guys to do. I have a website, metaphysicalroundtable.com. I don't send out a lot of emails, but I have some plans for the new year, okay? Actually Gretchen, who's in the chat, inspired me, um, because I had a conversation with her in Messenger, and I've been thinking hard about this, and I actually told Carrie, I was like, "I don't think I'm qualified to do some of the things I wanna do," and she was like, "Why?" So, I'm teaching some classes that are gonna be new to me, and I'm starting to teach them in the beginning of the year. So, I'm going to pull names from the new subscribers on my website. And I know because who's already subscribed on my website, I have downloaded the names. And if you are already a subscriber on my website, or you already have like I think it's called a subscriber on my website, metaphysicalroundtable.com. If you're already there, awesome, great. If you're in the chat right now, I'll throw you in there. If you're already like signed up to like get emails and stuff from us, I'm telling you, I'm not the person that sends out an email every day. I really send out an email like every now and then to let people know when I'm teaching classes or doing anything. And I haven't really been teaching classes that much like in the past year. So now I'm going to start teaching classes more next year. I found a great facility that I can teach at here in Marietta. There's some people that want to meet up with me in person. So I'm like, okay, I can work it out so that I can rent the facility, do some in-person readings, and do have my classes. So, if you go to my website and sign up like for emails, and I think it's called subscribe or something, but you just have to put your email address in and your name or something. Very, very easy. I'm going to put you in the running for the Llewellyn's 2023 astrological calendar. Again, there's some little bonus things in there. And you're going to get a $25 gift certificate to Carrie's store, La Hermosa Bruja. And if you really want to see what her store is all about, I just reviewed her products. Well, I just finally edited and put the review out. Finally. Um, she has fantastic products. Like, I had some back here that I've been burning today. She has absolutely wonderful and fantastic products. I love how she ships them. I had her ship me some. She didn't know it was coming to me. I had it sent to my neighbor, and then I also put a different name on the shipment, so she truly did not know it was coming to me. So those are the things I'm giving away. Like I said, there's a few more, but so I do have some surprises in there. Hey, Catlin. So that's the magic giveaway. All you have to do is go to my website, metaphysicalroundtable.com, and join in like the email subscription thing. I'm so sorry. I wish I could remember exactly what it says on my website. And I was just there like 20 minutes ago. Let me see. I can tell you right now. I know. Pause. Pause. Do, 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 do. I just want everything to move as slowly as possible during this time. Okay, it says, yes, subscribe. You just have to enter your email, and it's just schedules of our classes, well, my classes, and so that'll be great. Yes, Jen Stratman. Hey, GI Jen. Subscribe to your newsletter. Yes, that's what it says. And okay, I am gonna have some classes on Zoom, Alethea. Uh I'm not sure like exactly how I'm gonna do that, but I am gonna limit it to like how many people I have on Zoom, because I'm actually going to have someone sit and watch the screen and stuff, so that I know when those people have questions or whatever's going on. and also have people in the classroom. But the place that's here is it's like in Marietta, and it's really, really conveniently located right off of Marietta Square. So, if you're in or around Atlanta, but I am going to have some slots open, Alethea, on Zoom. I promise. Hey, Ashley Nicole. Hello. So that's the giveaway. That's the end of the year giveaway. And if you've already gotten your calendar, your astrology calendar, we can work something out. I have some other things. But I just thought this would be really good, and I've seen how the Llewellyn's calendar has kind of crept up in price on Amazon, and I was like, dang. So yeah, so I'm giving away a new one. This one is mine. I've already opened it because I reviewed it on my reviewed show. So very exciting. I know. So what there was something else I was going to say, but I'm so grateful to Carrie because Carrie just donated a $25 gift card. So she's a very generous woman, and you'll love her products. You'll love her store. So that'll be great. Some of the other things that I wanted to tell you about with this grounding energy in Capricorn, it's a good time to slow down and move methodically. It's a good time to just we've got a rush of holiday stuff coming in, and just a rush of all these new things happening, and everything changes, January 1st. There's lots of stuff that changes, my husband's insurance changes. We have all these changes going on with just everything. So, we're trying to make sure that we have doctors that are in the network and stuff now. I mean, really. And and then so there's a lot of stuff that is going on for January 1st. So, I know it's a lot of busy energy, but this new moon in Capricorn and all these planets in Capricorn with the sun and Mercury and Venus and Pluto all in Capricorn, this is going to be a great time to make those lists. It's going to be a great time to say, okay, here's what I need to address. I'm going to clean my house out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's a great time to do this. Hey, Lorraine. So since I have made these decisions while we've been on here, I'm going to have live readings with me on the 29th in metaphysical practices. I'm actually going to do live readings. So that's the day that Mercury goes retrograde. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed. I'm going to burn a Mercury retrograde candle. Yeah, because you can't. There it is. You can't stop your life. There's things that happen astrologically, and you can't stop your life, right? You can't just cease and desist. It just doesn't happen. I mean, I tried really, really hard not to go out last week because of that Gemini conjunction with Mars. I mean, that full moon in Gemini conjunction with Mars. And I was just like, I'm gonna plan ahead, and I'm not gonna go out as if I don't have to. Well, of course I had to. I had to do some stuff. I had to go and but I really did I stayed at home as much as I could. And then I told you guys about my mom going into Walmart on the day of the full moon. And I was like, what were you thinking, mommy? And, because they had a shooting there. That's fun. And I was just like, okay, all right, this is crazy. But I do realize you can't stop your life. However, if you know there's things going on astrologically, you can sort of plan and you can say, all right, Mercury's going into retrograde. So I'm just going to read contracts very, very carefully. Sometimes we had to buy a car during Mercury retrograde one year. And it was like, there's no other choice. We have to have it, and so we bought the car, I was just like, let's just make sure we read this contract very carefully. Like, take our time. Let's look at cars. Let's like get the feel of the car. I took my pendulum with me. And me and actually my friend Courtney that's in the chat, we're talking about our pendulums. Like sometimes they want to lie to you. But I took my pendulum with me. I'm like, all right, which car is better? What's going, what do we need? What's going on? Hey, you do what you got to do because ultimately you cannot stop your life. This is the great thing about having all of this energy in Mercury when we still have Mars in retrograde and we have Mercury going into retrograde. And yes, Uranus is still retrograde, but I feel like he's like, oh God, YouTube, don't like tag me for this. I kind of feel like Uranus is blown his wad here. I am so hilarious. No, but I feel like Uranus like has already done his thing because he's been at not opposing. See, I have all this written down. He's been at a 90-degree angle of Saturn for a while, but that's starting to work its way out. So because Saturn's direct, and so we're moving in a better place. Also, we have Pluto going into Aquarius in 2023, only for a short period of time, and then he retrogrades back into Capricorn. So when Pluto goes into Aquarius, we really enter that time of like that Aquarius energy where it's a little more philosophical, it's a little more free, it's a lot more artsy. It's just a really, it's a much better time than this harsher energy of Pluto in Capricorn. Hey Ingrid, how are you? So having um Pluto in Capricorn is, I mean, it's not destructive, but it's some of the things that needed to be shaken up. Because the last time that Pluto was in Capricorn, I know you guys have heard me say this, the last time Pluto was in Capricorn was in the late 1700s. What happened then? The American Revolution, the French Revolution, and neither one of these countries ever went back to having a monarchy. So we had those changes happen, good, bad, or ugly. We never went back to those things. So that's the kind of thing that usually happens when Pluto's in Capricorn. And look at some of the stuff that's been going on. So, when Pluto goes into Aquarius next year, it's going to give us a brief little like visual of what the next like decade or so is going to be like, cuz Pluto can stay stationed in a sign for like 20 something years. It goes like back and forth, depending on how quickly it's moving. So Pluto's going to be in Aquarius for a while, and it's going to be I think this is going to be fantastic. I think this is truly going to be a time of enlightenment. And let's keep our fingers crossed on that. Yeah. So while we're dealing with this Capricorn energy, let's take advantage of the fact that we have all of this Capricorn energy with us in the next couple of weeks. The new moon in Capricorn is going to be the pinnacle of it. All right. It's going to be the big star here because when the new moon is in Capricorn, we've got all these other planets in Capricorn joining it. Get grounded, make some plans, use that energy to start like whatever it is that you've got going on. Do your business stuff, do like your taxes. I mean, but get all of those things organized and work through them because that Capricorn energy is going to inspire us to get work done. It's going to inspire us. So clean out your closet, redecorate your bedroom. It's a good time. It's a good time. Yeah. Ingrid, I hear you. I do. I mean, I understand, really do understand being tired. But I think part of the tiredness that we're all feeling is this push and pull energy that we felt with like Mars. Um and I feel like having like some of this, like Mercury and Venus going into Capricorn, is sort of like it is sort of dampening that like aggressive Mars energy. When Mars is in Gemini, a lot of things get revealed. A lot of things are just uncovered and opened up. And this has been no change here. I mean, we have had a lot of things uncovered. I have just in my personal life. And it's just been shocking. But I think it was just things that I needed to hear. It was things that I needed to know about. So it's been outstanding. When Mars is retrograde in Gemini, we really, really see some stuff happening. So again, with that Bitcoin that I really don't understand much about. But my husband was asking me about um some Bitcoin guy that got arrested, and I was like, I don't really know anything about that. But again, there was a financial scandal that was uncovered, and he has to go before Congress, and he was arrested. He lives in the Bahamas, and he was arrested. So I know the last time Mars was retrograde in Gemini was when we had all of that stuff happen with the the loans, the mortgage loans and stuff, like in 2008, like at the beginning of 2008. Mhm. Kind of crazy. Hi Sue, how are you? Okay, so with this unbelievably grounded energy that we have here, um this is going to make us feel like um we've it's almost going to make us feel like we are like grounded like mountains, like that we have that kind of energy, that we're stable, we're in a good place. So this is really, I've got to figure this out. Oh crap, sorry, hang on just a second. There's somebody in the chat. Please ignore that person, guys. I try to have my Facebook pulled up just for this. Let me see which channel it's on. Love this. God. Do, 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 do. Okay. Sorry. Okay, it's on mine. So I'm going to kick that person off right now. Okay. Okay, and they are blocked. So we're good. Sorry about that. Sue, please ignore them. I see them coming up. Hi, Linda. Okay, so I have a spammer in one of the Facebook pages, and I had to go look and see which one it was. So they don't have a strong message for you. All right. So we're looking at like commitment. So what is it that you need to commit to during this new moon in think about that during this new moon in Capricorn. What is it that you need to commit to? Um this is the the thing is, Capricorn has ego, but they're also humble. So this is a good time to really sit back and say, okay, I'm going to make a commitment to, and fill in the blank. Do you want to make a commitment to your business? Do you want to make a commitment to your family? Do you want to make a commitment to better health? Do you want to make a commitment to eating better? I am not talking about a diet, and I'm not talking about crazy exercise. I'm talking about a commitment. Just start with something small and build up. That's why I keep talking about that mountain energy with Capricorn, is because start at something small, start at the base and climb your way up. Starting this during all of this Capricorn energy is going to strengthen your resolve, because once we get into the Aquarius energy, which I love, by the way, but once we get into that Aquarius energy, we're going to lose some of our momentum, which is why when people start New Year's resolutions, they don't make it really past the first month or 2 months. So think about that. Put your resolutions down. Start it on the 23rd instead of waiting until January. And again, I'm not saying start a crash diet. I'm saying start just eating something like different. So we've talked about how when I get stressed that I normally turn to brownies, right? Oh, I normally turn to all the sweets because that's what I have in my desk drawer. And that's what I do when I get stressed. So I've replaced it. Who's proud of me? Uh-huh. So I under a little bit of stress because, just crazy stuff happening, just life shit, normal everyday things that happen to families and parents and stuff. So I've been eating grapes. They're still sweet. They're actually quite tasty. Very nice. So this is really good. And it's a small change, you see. I'm not crash dieting. I still ate tacos for dinner. Okay, they were chicken tacos. But the thing is, it's a small change I'm able to make, and I'm just steadily climbing that mountain. I've been working out with a trainer since my birthday because that was what I gave myself for my 50th birthday, a trainer. So, I've been working out with her, but I have been doing something steady. It's not anything crazy. I'm working out with her 2 days a week. It's something that is just keeping me going. So, this is where you need to put your focus during this new moon in Capricorn energy. And I say that because we have so much going on in this new moon in Capricorn. So much in Capricorn is going to make it really easy to start these projects. If you're wanting to boost up like your business, if you're wanting to boost up your social media presence, if you're wanting to create classes, which is what I've been doing. I've been creating classes that I can start teaching in January and in February. So it's little things that start building you up and starts helping you get up the mountain. You're not going to climb a mountain from the top down. You have to start at the bottom and climb your way up. Little projects. Make a list. And I really, really love that thing that I read that Bill Gates said about that you overestimate what you can do in a year and you underestimate what you can do in 3 years. So build it. Start now. I will tell you right now, 3 years ago, I never, ever, ever saw myself doing a live show on YouTube, on Facebook. Never. Because I couldn't picture myself being on camera. I was fine with doing the podcast that was only audio at that time. The only reason we started doing it on camera is because of the pandemic. And we had to start working from our homes. And the only way we could communicate with each other and still do the podcast was on Zoom. And then all of a sudden, people liked seeing us. So I was like, oh my gosh. So now it's crazy. I have an addiction to eyelashes. I get to still wear all my pretty jewelry. And even if it was on clearance at Belk. Can you believe this? It was 60% off. Yeah. Sorry, I love sales. I mean, who doesn't love a good sale, right? I mean, I've already told y'all some of my secrets tonight that my super fancy lipstick is actually Burt's Bees. Sprouts. What can I say? I'm fancy. Can you tell? My fingernails are super fancy. I really splurge on them. These babies, these $6.99. I'm so much fun. I'm a good Virgo. I like a good sale. So, we're all going to do this together. We're all going to have like our commitments written down. We've got a week. Get your commitments written down. Put that out there and tell Santa Claus that's what you want. If you're in Europe, tell Father Christmas that's what you want. Or on the winter solstice, if you're a pagan, write it down on a piece of paper and throw it in the fire. Come on. We can do this. Put your goals, what you want to do, down on paper and say, this is where I'm going to start. This is where I'm going, but this is where I'm going to start. My little thing's in the way. So, this is a great time to do it with all of this energy in Capricorn because it's inspiring us to work. It's inspiring us to get up and like do this. I mean, this is fantastic. And it's a whole week before Mercury goes retrograde. I know we're in the shadow of it, but you can communicate with you in spirit. It's fine. Yeah. And you in your head. Yeah. I mean, sometimes Mercury does mess me up, but I'm double ruled by Mercury. Mercury rules my sun and my moon. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Linda, that is great because I brought out the tree magic book because one of the trees, hang on, let me find the calendar. One of the trees for the day that there's calendar in the back of this book. So you guys know I've read you some spell work and some stuff from this book before. It's so incredible. I'm pretty sure you can find it on Amazon. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. One of the trees that is in for December is the birch tree. And I was like, "Oh, this is so great." And so the day after the new moon, which happens to be Christmas Eve, and technically the moon is still like a dark moon, it's still new. It's a birch. And so I had just talked about that, not too long ago, the birch tree. And there was a lady in the chat that lives in Canada, and she said one of their cabins was like near a lot of birch, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I can send you a bunch of that birch bark." And I was like, "Oh, okay, we're all gonna be sending to Canada for this." It's awesome. But yes, so birch is so fantastic because you can actually write on the birch bark. You can also do that if you have a cedar tree near you. You can also do that with the cedar tree because the cedar actually peels off as well. I have a piece of cedar bark in my smudge. If it didn't burn, okay, there's a little piece of it left. This is from cedar. This is from a cedar tree. So you can actually pull a piece of the bark off. Now, this looks really tiny, and the birch bark that Linda is talking about in the chat is quite a bit larger usually. But you can still write on this. You just need like a felt tip marker. And, I keep Sharpies all over the place. I keep Sharpies in my purse because you never know when you're at Walmart if somebody's parked really badly, you never know when you're going to have to write on somebody's window, "Hey, learn how to park." Because, it'll come off of their window. You're not vandalizing their car. So, sometimes you just need to do that. I hope I've never written on any of your cars at Walmart. But there's really no reason for your stupid Tesla to take up 2 parking spaces during a holiday season. Is there? Is there? I mean, I'm spiritual, but y'all, come on. I can be a bitch. You just don't need to be pushing people around during this time of year. Not with Mars in retrograde. Come on, people. So, moral of the story is I keep Sharpies all over the place. So a Sharpie will be really good on that. I brought cedar home to make tea. Oh my gosh. And cedar is wonderful for that because I did a whole show on cedar. I love cedar because I have a cedar tree in my yard. So you can actually write on the birch bark because birch bark is really fantastic for oh, and it's used at Yule. Love that. It's great for abundance, it's great for awareness or in enhancing or heightening awareness. It's great for journeying, overcoming challenges and obstacles, going through changes or transitions. If you need to enhance your clarity, birch bark is great for that. Focus, determination, endurance. All of these things are fantastic during this new moon in Capricorn. And in fact, they're good all during this period of time because we have so much energy in Capricorn. I I can't actually remember when Venus goes into Aquarius, but Venus isn't staying in Capricorn very long. Mercury's staying in Capricorn a bit longer because he's retrograding back and then having to go forward again. So, I know. But this is a fantastic time to do this. Oh yeah, and the astrological influence of the birch, one of them is Capricorn. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's just look at cedar while I'm here. Shall we, Linda? Okay, I'm in the wrong place. See, I mark them and then I can't find them. Okay, yes, cedar. It is good for abundance, authority or leadership, balance and harmony, overcoming challenges and obstacles, enhancing clarity, concentration and focus, courage, determination, endurance, all the things that we need during this time. Cedar is great for that. And let me tell you, if you're not near a birch tree or if you're not near a cedar tree, go to a metaphysical store or look online and just buy like the actual little cedar. Like they do sell them in packets at metaphysical stores, like little packets of cedar. Or I even have cedar incense. I have cedar incense that I use sometimes. But since I have the cedar tree in my yard, um, this smudge is fairly new. So you can see I've added cedar, like a tiny little cedar twig. If I could get it in focus. A tiny little cedar twig to my smudge. Actually that's just the one that didn't burn. Um Also I have rose petals, I have obviously cedar bark. Um I have all the leftover parts of my incense in um in here. But this is really great. It's healing. And yes, Michelle, it is. It's protective as well. You're right. You're right. So it does a multitude of things. But during all of this Capricorn energy, when we're all trying to get our shit together, right? This is a fantastic time to use that cedar energy. It's a fantastic time to use any of the tree magic. This is a wonderful book. Hey Diane, how are you? Um, Diane just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Diane. So it's a wonderful time to use any of that tree magic, any of that kind of like grounding energy during Capricorn, because Capricorn is a very grounding energy. So this is all wonderful. It really is. I just lost my train of thought. There was something I was going to go with that. Oh my gosh, I just I just totally lost my train of thought. I'm really good here. But this is a wonderful time to get everybody's to get us together and maybe even start those New Year's resolutions a little bit early, but not like being so harsh with ourselves, just taking one step at a time, just gradually moving up. I think that's going to be a better thing for all of us. I really do. And I've been working on it myself because I'm the person that wants to, like, start at the base and be at the top in like a minute. It's really not how life happens, is it? But I'm enjoying now the gradual process. So cedar, I love that Michelle brought up that cedar is protective as well. I think that we need a lot of like clearing and healing energy right now, because really, I talked to 2 people today that like have had family members hospitalized because of illness or injury. um I had several like last week. I feel like there's something going around that we really just need to process, and we need to take our time with and clear. And I think this will just be wonderful. I burned my grandmother's cedar candle. Ooh, Michelle, I bet that's pretty. I bet it smells good too. A cedar candle. I need to talk to Courtney, because Courtney, she's in the chat. She makes candles, and she makes the best smelling candles. And the past couple of years, I've given them away in my December giveaways. And this year, I don't have any of her candles because I have selfishly burned them myself. Yeah, but I do actually have some candles that I might be able to send out too. Mystic Candles and Company. Ooh, a new candle company. Thank you. I'm writing that down as soon as I locate my pen. It's good times. Mystic Candles and Company. Okay, I'm on it. I love candles. I mean, they're all over the joint. So, all right, one more time before we like sign off. So the December giveaway this year is Llewellyn's 2023 astrological calendar. It is this is mine. This is the one that's open. The one I'm sending to you is not open. This is the giveaway. Carrie from La Hermosa Bruja, that she lets me stream to her channel, is generously donating a $25 a $25 gift card to her shop, her La Hermosa Bruja shop. It's fantastic. I just posted the review that I did of her products. I absolutely love them, and not just because she's my friend. I really do love them. So that will be in the giveaway. I have a few other little surprises, and for that. So to enter the giveaway, you need to go to my website, metaphysicalroundtable.com, and subscribe to the newsletter. If you are already a subscriber and you are in the chat, I will put you in the drawing. Okay. I am going to do the drawing before the end of the year. I'll try to do it like sometime next week, but I want to give everybody an opportunity to get to the website. And honestly, on YouTube, I have a lot of people that watch the show in rerun, so that aren't in the chat. So I'm just trying to give everybody an opportunity. So if you go to my website, metaphysicalroundtable.com, and subscribe to the newsletter, I will put you in the drawing for the $25 gift certificate to La Hermosa Bruja. The astrological calendar. I do have some bonus things in this drawing as well that I'm sending out, but I'll let you be surprised at one or two of them. Then on the 29th, the day that Mercury goes retrograde, that metaphysical practices is going to be a reading. It's going to be me doing readings for everybody. So it'll be a reading party on metaphysical practices that night. The last time I did live readings, it it was like I went for like 2 hours and 20 minutes. It was pretty exhausting. So we're gonna try it again and see if I can keep it at maybe an hour and a half. Yeah. So we'll see what we can do there. Okay. Um, but I think I made all the announcements. Pretty sure I got it all in. Cedar is fantastic for this time of year. Birch, if you can get some of that like birch bark, it's awesome. It's just so wonderful because you can really write on birch bark. I mean, you can. You can write on the cedar bark too. You just have to write small. And this is one of the smaller pieces, I'll say. But you just have to write really small. Yeah, here's a bit of a larger piece, but still small, and you can tell I've been burning. Um, but you can do it. It's awesome. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready to start preparing now for how productive we're going to be in 2023? Are you ready for this? This is going to be good. It is. I know. Um and 2023 is a 7-year, people. And 7 is a very spiritual number. It's about spiritual expansion. It's about spiritual knowledge. It's about spiritual growth. But it's also a time to reflect. It's also a time to get philosophical. So I'm rather excited about this. I think it's I think 2023 is going to be a great time of recovery. We've had a couple of years that's been crazy, right? And what was our last 7 year? Let's see, 2012 was 2014. 2014 was a 7 year. So, anything interesting happened to you guys in 2014? I had my first son. I know. Turned 42, had my first son that year. Very exciting. All right, well, do you guys have any questions for me? It's a great time to get grounded. This is a great time to really plan and say, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to take my time and I'm going to get there. Don't try to cram it all in. Don't try to cram it all into 1 year, and certainly don't try to cram it all into 1 month. I know. Lifestyles take time and change. It takes time to change. It really does. Isn't that right, Jasmine? All right. Can you see? I know. Oh, you guys got a tail wag. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Yeah. Who's a good girl? I think Mouse and Badger are just enjoying the fact that it's not raining. They're just happy. So they've been in and out all day. Yeah, just watching me go. Are you not coming outside because it's not raining? Are you not gonna be out here? They're so funny. So yes, Jasmine is a sweetheart. She's always with me. Well, unless she's sitting by the cat door, and she treats the cat door um like it's a reality TV show for dogs. Because the cats will start fighting. One day Mouse brought in a little creature I'm not exactly sure what it was because he ripped it apart. He brought in the creature while I was recording, and I was like, do I stop? Do I edit this out? I just kept going. And then I got up and called Dr. Seuss and told him to come down here and clean it up. I was like, I can't see that. So much fun. Yes, Michelle, that's a great point. Do not enter the new year with old baggage. And sometimes it's hard to let go of that baggage. So let's start now. Start now, just a little bit at a time, because it's going to take time to climb the mountain, right? Don't overestimate what you can do in 1 year, and don't underestimate what you can do in 3 years. It's great. It's all a part of growth. It's our journey, right? And we don't want to rush through our journey. What are we rushing to the finish line for? I'm guilty of it. I am. I'm guilty of it going, I just want to hurry and get there. Why? Because once I get there, I'm just going to find something else that I need to try and conquer. There's going to be another mountain behind that. You guys will love this book. I love it. Sandra Kynes. I've talked about it on the show before. There's lots of books that I've used on the show. I highly recommend this one. And of course, any of the Llewellyn stuff, I use them like all the time. I know, just can't get enough of astrology. But you guys, this is going to be a great week. I was really, really hoping that I might be able to do a show next week, but I don't know that it's going to happen because the boys and my family, there's a lot of like parties and stuff going on. It's a celebration, you know. We got Hanukkah starting next week, then we have Christmas, and then winter solstice. So there's a lot of stuff going on. It's good times though. Don't worry about the potholes in the road. Enjoy the journey. Exactly, Michelle. That is exactly right. I love it. Well, if you guys don't have any questions for me, if you don't have anything that you need to add, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you are watching from La Hermosa Bruja, the beautiful witch, thank you, Carrie, for letting me stream here. But thank you for joining me on Carrie's page. Thank you for watching on any of Metaphysical Round Table's platforms and my other channel, my new channel on YouTube, Readings at the Round Table, which I am also streaming to. So I know. I try to get the zodiac readings up on Thursdays and Fridays, but it's not been working out. So they've mostly been coming up on Fridays and Saturdays. But the weekly zodiac readings on there and the monthly numerology readings are on there. So, and of course, I just reviewed Carrie's awesome products on my show, Reviewed at the Round Table. So check it out. It's fun. It's fun, and I'm there, you know? I mean, who else says that Uranus is blown its wad? I thought that was funny. You know, it's just, I have a really weird sense of humor. But again, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you all have wonderful, wonderful holidays. Please be safe. Please enjoy yourselves. And hey, don't let stress like take over your life. Put the brownies down, pick up some grapes. That's coming from me, who usually picks up the brownies first. I know. Or the cookies or the cupcakes or whatever my kids have laying around. Used to be donuts, but yeah, working that out too. Oh, those Intamin's donuts. Are they not the best thing ever? I mean, so good. Thank you again for joining me, you guys. I hope y'all have just an awesome, awesome weekend. And don't forget, get out there and make your magic. Bye.